technology on those artists. As our computer capacity has expanded, we flow. You may recognize Biff's car from Back to the Future, the famous scene where the old man Biff goes back to his younger self and gives him the almanac that's going to help him win all of that sports money. And then we also have a few of these Fast and Furious vehicles here. Fast and Furious is one of the most successful franchises in Universal history. Both of the last two movies, Fast and the Furious 7 and Fate of the Furious, have garnered over $1 billion at the box office. Then we have a few of these vehicles from our Transformers. Take a close look at that tank, because it's actually made out of plywood. That's right, the design engineers cut all of those pieces of wood to make them look like they were armor plating, and they bolted them on. Oh, folks, it looks like I'm getting just a little bit of a video message here, so I'm going to throw that up on our screens. Looks like somebody wants to say a little welcome. This is the mobile lab from the Lost World Jurassic Park. It was used in a famous scene with Jeff Goldblum, Vince Vaughn, and Julianne Moore. Now, there's really supposed to be some dinosaurs in these cages. I'm not sure quite what's going on. Well, it looks like we all just survived that dinosaur attack. That is definitely some good news for us. Although it looks like a few of us got covered in a little bit of dino slobber there, so I'm going to take us somewhere a little bit to dry off. You know, here in California we're pretty close to Mexico, but here at Universal Studios we're even closer to our old Mexico sets. So welcome you guys, these are our old Mexico sets. As you can see, we've really terrascaped the environment to feel like we have just transported ourselves to the middle of Mexico. This environment has been used for such films as Nacho Libre, starring Jack Black. It's also been used in big... Guys, these are our old Mexico sets. As you can see, we've really terrascaped the environment to feel like we have just transported ourselves to the middle of Mexico. This environment has been used for such films as Nacho Libre, starring Jack Black. It's also been used in Big Fat Liar, starring Paul Giamatti and Frankie Muniz. Now, they just had some big rains here just the other day, so that's why it looks just a little bit wet, but it's good. We have a little bit of a drought in our old Mexico area, so all the water we can get is definitely really worthwhile. But folks, it looks like we're getting a little bit more thunder and lightning, so I would recommend that everybody remain seated with your arms and legs inside the vehicle. Supervise those children. Hold on to your valuables, because it looks like we may be headed for a pretty serious storm. In fact, it looks like the rain is just starting to come down pretty heavy. Ever make sure you keep watching out on that left-hand side. Because there's been so much rain recently, I'm a little bit worried about a flash flood. You guys sense that? Look up on the top of that hill there. Now that was flash flood. It was used through the technique, what we had is we had a ton of different water tanks sitting on the top of that hill, and we fill them with millions of gallons of recycled water, and then when we need to, we release all that water at once and it comes rushing down the hill. It was recently used in this movie starring Paul Giamatti and Frankie Muniz.
You can't outrun the wolf, kid! Yeah, we'll see about that. I love it! Hang on, funny monster!
Now, we are just getting into some of our old Western sets, you guys. So these were used by such people as John Wayne, Jimmy Stewart, Clint Eastwood. A lot of the biggest stars of the day shot right here on our Universal Western sets. Quentin Tarantino was recently here with Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio as they shot right here in our 6 Points, Texas region. Originally this was called 6 Points, Texas because there were 6 different streets running off like points of a star, and each one of them had its own sheriff's office, its own bank, its own general store. So during the silent movie days, we could shoot 6 separate productions here all at one time, and that's one of the things that allowed us to make 200 movies in our first year as a movie studio. Today that number is a lot closer to 20, sometimes 25. So obviously movie making has changed quite a lot over the years. Now I do want to warn you guys, we're just about at the halfway point of our tour, so make sure you stay seated during the entire tour. The studio is private property, and if you drop your phone or you just can't wait to use the restroom, pull the red cord to get my attention. I would be back to assist you, but to remain seated on the tram. Now up on our left-hand side, we're about to pass by the Hollywood Ocean here. It is actually home to our movie Showboat, in which our founder actually leveraged the whole studio. He put it all up through a mortgage in order to make that. Alright you guys, so we just passed that active filming. I want to remind everybody, from now on hot set, go ahead and remain seated with your arms and legs inside of a tram, supervise those possessions. This is really exciting. They were just setting up this sequence the other day for a big earthquake. Oh! Sorry folks. It's like I was saying, oh folks, looks like this is a bigger earthquake than I expected. Everybody hold on tight. The earthquake caused a massive tsunami. It's headed. I guess I'll make sure to remind everyone, remain seated. I don't know what that shark is. That's nothing to worry about. Anyways, I want to remind everybody, remain seated with your arms and legs inside of the vehicle. So, the shark that I was mentioning, yes, they had a shark problem, but it's caught. I mean, it's out. Everyone's saying, "Hey, Steve, get out of the water!" Oh man, you know, Steve had a lot of guts to be out there today, you guys. Oh, and there they are. Okay, we're gonna pull up right behind this dock for safety. Does this seem like a good place to wait, you guys? Gasoline. Okay, let's stay right here. And you guys just survived Jaws. Now you can see right there on that image just how close Steven Spielberg and his shark ultimately became. He developed a little bit of a nickname for the shark. He nicknamed the shark Bruce after his lawyer. The production crew of the movie, they had a little bit of a different kind of nickname in mind for the film. They nicknamed the production
Sit down to talk about the war of the world. I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Keep your eyes on me. Listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Okay, I'm closed.
Okay.
Robbie, get in. Get in.
I'm really glad that Robbie got into that safely. Now, I do want to remind you guys that we are approximately